Lesson 19. Evaluate and write expressions. In this lesson, we will go over the order of operations, the use of parentheses for grouping, and the math action words that you will use to evaluate and write your expressions. This is the order of operations. Like in any language, there's an order that you must follow in order to understand what the message is. In English, we read from left to right, but in Arabic or Hebrew, you write from right to left. In mathematics, there's actually a really specific order that you must follow. Parentheses must come first, so you do or you perform whatever's inside the parentheses. Then there's exponents. Next, we multiply or divide, then add or subtract. Because multiplication and division are inverse operations, you can choose which one to do first. Usually we go from left to right. Same thing for addition and subtraction. And a really great way to remember the order of operations is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Well, many people use this to remember the order. Let's use that today. Here we have two expressions with the same numbers and the same operations, except one expression has a parentheses and the other one doesn't. By using the order of operations, I will show you why it's so important to follow the order. Let's begin. Here we have the, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, the order of operations, however you want to remember it. First, we're going to start with P. There are no parentheses in this expression, so I cross it out. Next is E. There's no exponents. Then we multiply. There is a multiplication multiplication symbol right here in the expression. So we do that first. 2 times 3 is 6. And we bring everything else down. And we cross out the M and the D. There's no division. Next thing is addition, which is right here. 8 plus 6 is 14. There's no subtraction, so we are done. The answer is 14. On the other side, there are parentheses. So let's do those first. P is for parentheses. 8 plus 2 is 10. And bring everything else down. We have no exponents. We do have multiplication. 10 times 3, which is 30. There's no division, addition, or subtraction. Because the addition here is inside of parentheses, it was already completed. The answer is 30. As you can see, because of the order of operations, our answers can look completely different. So that's why it's really important that you don't ignore parentheses or exponents. When you see them, they must be done in the correct order. If I were to do the multiplication first, I would get 14. If I do addition first, I would get 30. That's a very big difference. Here's some math action words that we've used in class and we've seen on our homework. You will use these same words, or you may see these same words in your homework this week and on any tests. These words are going to help you figure out what operations you should be writing in your expressions. Parentheses is really interesting because we use them for grouping. We can also use them for multiplication, but you probably won't see that for a few years. For using them in grouping, we simply want this section of the expression to be done first. So that's why you will see things like the word first, sum, difference, product, or quotient. This literally means finish that part first and find the answer. So find the answer of a addition problem, the answer to a subtraction problem, the answer to a multiplication problem, or a division problem. So if you see sum, difference, product, or quotient, that should be a really big heads up to use parentheses. Do not ignore those words. Let's practice. Write a numerical expression for 14 plus the product of 2 and 7. The first thing I need to do, of course, circle my numbers and find my math action words. So I see there's 14 plus. So I have 14 plus the product. That was on the previous page, wasn't it? Product is a parentheses word. So that means I'm going to open up my parentheses, and product means multiply. 2 times 7. And close my parentheses. And that's how I write an expression. Let's do it again. The next expression, 3 times the sum of 6 and 4. 3 times is multiplication. The sum, is sum a parentheses word? Yep, it means find the answer to an addition problem. So I have 3, open parentheses, 3 times the sum, so the addition of 6 and 4. And just like that, I've written some expressions. Change the expression to say subtract 25 from the product of 5 and 30. The next one says change this expression to say 5 times the difference of 30 and 25. These are the exact same expression. So how are we going to change it so that they say different things? We're probably going to need to use parentheses. So once you locate those parentheses keywords, you'll see what you need to do. Subtract 25 from the product of 5 and 30. Well, I know product is multiplication, so I need to put my parentheses around the multiplication section. What about 5 times the difference of 30 and 25? Difference is subtraction. So I'm going to find my subtraction sign and put my parentheses around that section. And just like that, I've changed what the expression says without moving the numbers or the operations around. So the parentheses are really powerful, and they can change a lot in our expressions, as you've seen. This has been Lesson 19, Evaluate and Write Expressions. We went over the order of operations, explained the use of parentheses for grouping, and even went over some math action words. Thanks for watching.